are getting to know that there is massive troop movement which is happening at the IB as well as the LC. What has been your assessment of the way India has tackled each and every threat that has emanated from Pakistan, including what India did last night? We in fact destroyed a number of the Air Force bases.
In fact, what I see, it was the opportunity wasted by the Pakistan. We never intended any war on the Pakistan. We always said that we won't want to go for a war with the Pakistan, but it continued to support the terrorism in Kashmir and even elsewhere in the other part of the country. Of course, for last 2, 3 years, 5 years, there was no such incident in the other part of the country, but still it continued it in Kashmir. After the Kashmir, we had made it very clear that we will go after the infrastructure of the terrorists, and we did so. But at the same time, we did not touch there any military installation or civil installation. Nowhere we made any attempt to harm anyone or hit the Pakistan. And that was the first opportunity that Pakistan should have understood that yes, whatever India is saying is correct. We are not going to have a war with the Pakistan, but it lost that opportunity, it missed that. Thereafter, the second time, when of course there was a little bit of firefight from the Pakistan side, we still carried out some operation, but again right and left of the intended target, you can say, not the intended, but rather we just fired right and left of the military installation or civil installation. Again that conveyed to the Pakistan that still there is chance that you should keep away from, rather you can stop supporting this terrorism activities, terrorist activities, and we want peace. But in the last 2 days, we can see that how the Pakistan is behaving. It is behaving absolutely a rogue state. It is firing. It started with drones. It started with missiles. Everything it want to throw at us. Then there was no option for us to retaliate in the same, at least in not much, but at least in the same measure. We retaliated. Still, we kept a very balanced retaliation. We keep it. We did not. We keep it at a very low ebb. But now the yesterday, whatever happened yesterday was something which one can say that perhaps Pakistan is not going to mend its way, and it wants a war, a full-fledged war on India. And whatever the today's declaration that any act of terrorism will be treated as act of war. Reason? Because there is no option. The Pakistan has not left us any option. Now we are just one step ahead, one step short of the actual war that can happen if the Pakistan continues with any act of terrorism. Of course, now the act of terrorism is again different from whatever he is doing. That means, if he continues to keep on firing like this, like what he is doing, perhaps we may also continue. But the act of war means something which is targeting the civilians, something which is harming our civil population, because otherwise also what is terrorism? Terrorism is directly related to the public. It conveys to the public, it puts the public in the state of panic. That is terrorism. So, if he does anything, because in the last 2, 3 days we have seen that it has fired on the civilian peoples in the residential areas, that is again the act of terrorism. And if Pakistan continues to do so, perhaps we may not have any option but to retaliate in a much bigger measure, in much more intensely. That is what I see at the moment today.
All right, Ambassador Mukherjee, this is